I always thought I was prepared for anything in the forest. Until that night. The night that changed everything. This happened to me a few years ago on a night when I decided to go hunting alone. I was used to the woods. I knew them like the back of my hand. The night was unusually quiet. No sound but the crunch of dry leaves beneath my boots. Everything seemed normal until I heard a faint voice. A woman's voice calling out, "Help me. Please help me."
Help me!
I froze in my tracks, my senses on high alert. The voice sounded distant but clear enough to send a chill down my spine. I started walking toward it, unable to ignore the desperate plea. As I moved closer, the voice grew louder, more urgent.
Help me!
Something about it didn't sit right. It echoed strangely, unnaturally through the trees. Still, I pressed on, convincing myself someone might really need help. Finally, I reached the source of the sound. That's when everything changed. The air around me felt heavier, colder. I saw something in the distance, moving between the trees. At first, I thought it was a woman, but then I noticed how it moved. It wasn't walking, it was crawling. I stood frozen, staring at the figure. It moved on all fours, its limbs bending in ways that didn't seem human. As I watched, it called out again, "Help me." But this time, the tone was different. It wasn't just pleading, it sounded like it was mocking me. The figure stopped crawling and slowly turned its head toward me. My blood ran cold. Its face wasn't right. Its eyes were too wide. Its mouth stretched into an unnaturally large grin, and its skin looked tight, like it was wearing someone else's face as a mask. It began crawling toward me, faster now, its movements jerky and silent. My heart pounded in my chest as I instinctively gripped my rifle tighter. But I couldn't move. I was frozen in place, trapped by the sheer terror of what I was seeing. Suddenly it stopped. It stared at me for a moment that felt like an eternity. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the shadows of the trees. I don't remember how I made it back to my truck, but I ran faster than I ever thought possible. When I reached the safety of the vehicle, I slammed the door shut and locked it, trembling as I tried to catch my breath. Even now, I tell myself it was all in my head. But sometimes, when I'm alone in the forest at night, I hear it again. That faint voice, drifting through the trees. Help me. This happened in a forest not far from where I live, a place everyone around here knows well. It looks harmless during the day, but at night, it hides its secrets.